Uncle Statch's anal beads.
Anal plugs or anal?
They go in smooth, they come out dirty.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, pretty people, welcome to Mad Laughter. I'm Sean Hatfield. Today's episode will be another installment of the Comics Table, where I'll be sitting down with the lineup of comedians before they go on stage to perform. We're recording once again from the great Cine El Rey in McAllen, Texas. Joining us tonight, we've got the superstar himself, Mario Salazar.
What's up, pretty people?
Christian Oviedo.
Let's clear it up right now. He's not on the lineup tonight for that very fucking reason. Sorry to drop an F so soon, but he asked for it with that porn moan.
Understandable. And of course, our headliner for the evening, the great Jon Stringer.
The great. No one's ever said it. I appreciate it.
Motherfucker, you're incredible.
You're nice.
At the lovely Sonia Trevino.
Sonia, what's up?
And Polar Bear.
Yeah, I was going to
Polar Bear.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm on house arrest, bro. I'm on house arrest.
I've had to warn Jesse several times when he comes on here. It's like, just don't violate your parole on the video.
Dude, your Snapchat used to worry me. I'd watch your Snapchat and I'm like, is he depressed or is he really having that much fun? Like, they were concerning. Like, any one of these could get him locked up. What's he doing? But living. Oh, my best life. Fucking hate that.
Riding that fine line between being able to be the creative person you are and not getting arrested.
Yes, that is what we try to do.
So this is going to be a great show tonight, man. I mean,
right.
I love each and every one of you for your own reasons.
He's choking up.
A little bit less for you, and I don't know you, Polar Bear, but
he likes you a lot more than my brother, than Christian.
I didn't do a moan, so I think
Speaking of moaning, I on my high state one time, I came up with this joke, I guess. Is that what they call them?
Pitch a joke? Cool.
Pitch a joke, like exactly what you
change
say.
It up. Yeah, no, different for you.
So when back in the future, you know, the tale of a boy that cried two wolves, they're gonna rewrite it with the man who sends moaning.
Whoa.
Those porn moans on Facebook. You get those porn moans on Facebook. You think it's an important message, and it's
and you're in public.
Well, that sounded like an autistic child. That didn't sound like a moan.
You just said
same
Back
thing,
to
man.
the future, and then something about a wolf pack.
Back to the Future. And
in the future. Not the Back to the
wolf
Future.
who cried two cries or something like that.
The boy who cried wolf.
There you go.
I'm a little stoned for this podcast. Can we say stoned?
Cried.
Can we say stoned? It's my first time.
Un poquito.
allegedly.
Okay, do you remember the story, The Boy Who Cried Wolf? They're going to rewrite it, but with a dude that sends out those moaning messages on Facebook. He's going to send out like a very important message that he's dying, but everybody's not going to click on it because they think it's some chick moaning.
I have a few friends. I don't even open the video anymore.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm scared of a dick or a moan.
Don't be afraid of a dick.
They're big ones. They make me feel insecure about myself, so I don't like them.
I know.
Shit, man.
How do we recover from that?
Recover? Hell, we're off and running, man. So John, you've been on the road pretty fucking steady for a while now, man.
I have the biggest development is actually I did less comedy in 2017, fewer gigs in 2017 than I did in 2016. Like, I got married and I started keeping the gigs I really loved, and then kind of shooing the ones that I was never treated well, or the money didn't add up to the travel and all that. So I'm no longer taking losers. So I've done, in 2017, I did half the gigs that I did in 2016 and was still doing better financially. And then 2018, it continues, the trend continues that I get to select the choice nugs like Cine. I love being down here. This was such a last minute addition. I didn't know I'd be back this soon at all. But I think that's been the biggest development, is that I really love the venues that are still on the roster. And I started doing cruise ships. Man, those make me so nervous. Anything with a corporate structure, when you're trying to be a comedian, and then now you all of a sudden have all the roles of working at Walmart or Sears, it is frightening. It was like a first week on the job type nervous. I was sweating through my suit.
Harassed.
Yeah, I was a gross human being. But I made it. I succeeded.
I hope Bobby Smith is not a listener of the podcast, because
Smitty?
I told him, oh, bro, I already had the 17th booked. And you kept saying this is the last minute
Dude,
edition.
here's the thing. You have a
bumped
choice.
up, but he's coming
goddammit.
next. He's coming next week.
You
Don't
have
worry,
a choice,
Bobby. We're
though.
coming
This
next
is to
week.
you. You can be honest because I know you attempted to book me at that other place.
Can't be saying that either. What? No.
But like he's got little lies. Like
You got to lay out the rules before the
I
podcast.
think it's okay for you to be like, yo, Stringer said he didn't want to do your bar because he's committed to Cine, and that would have been okay. Like, no offense to you guys, and I'm still gonna go visit them before I leave town. But like,
That's Friday night.
But like,
London
I was
Grill
like,
and Tavern.
I was like, hey man, how about I pop over? And he's like, oh no, I told him we were shooting something, and I'm like, fill me in on the lies, motherfucker. It's cheat code. If you're gonna put me in the lie, let me know what it is.
He doesn't want to do your venue. It might make him feel bad. I'm a people person. I like to make
The money
people
wasn't great.
be happy.
You know that.
Yeah.
The money was like, I don't know. You understand. Sometimes it's just like, do I do that? It's like taking a fart in the mouth type show.
I've never taken a fart in the mouth.
I just feel like I should.
I like how you
Actually,
start
I
going, We've all been there.
I should throw this out there. I do have buyer's remorse on this thing. So if you just happen to utter something you don't want to go out, I can censor it.
Oh no, it's all good. That's what makes a podcast fun, dude.
Well, it's fun for me, but I mean, I'm not the one. I don't know Bobby.
Oh, Bobby's cool as hell, man.
I think we're in this line of work because none of us have a political future. So we're all right if these things get out there. But yeah.
I did tell Bobby, dude. Like, hey,
I used to be the biggest liar in the world.
I was just trying to be funny. And fucking John calls me a liar. Fucking.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, but I told Bobby.
It is a
fucking
concerted
cool.
effort for me every time I say something. Like John Toll says, I gave up lying. That's how he said it, and I don't mean to like steal his term. But once I got out of my last relationship where I was a cheater and a liar, blah, 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 I absolutely made sure that everything that came from this brain and out this mouth, I had to run it through a filter. Like, is this honest? And once I started telling the truth at every turn, just be honest, first word to last, man, life got a lot easier. I was being snowed under by my own creation. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, it brought the mood down.
No, dude.
Let's go to those anal beads.
Those where those fucking
Uncle Rusty's.
Got to real thing.
those gray hairs come from, dude. The
Salt and
honesty.
pepper's here.
Dude, by the way, I dyed my hair. I got a bunch of.
You did?
Yes, dude.
You gotta embrace it, dude. You do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm fucking balder than all y'all fuckers, so shut up. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so happy for you all.
I'm thinning on top, so it's okay.
See,
No,
I was just gonna say you
I
have a sweet
beanie
haircut.
on.
Yeah.
How are you gonna say that? Look at that shot.
No,
dude.
but he's a
You
man. He
you
can
looked at
look.
Sean right at the
I
front.
can't pull that off.
Look at John's haircut, and they kind of cleaned him up in the front. Now I've been to several Mexican barbershops, the ones where they're fucking artists, where they kill it. You know what I mean? Where they spend an hour making sure everything razor edge and all that. And one time, this dude in Lubbock, he edged me up, and he doesn't know that white dudes don't get edged up in the front. And he like aged me by about a decade. Like white people, when he does, you look great. Like they edged you up, and it looks like I can tell you're used
John's
to these
so pampered
haircuts.
for a fat guy,
but like
dude.
as a white dudes, when you do, I guess I'm talking to Mexican barbers right now. You're an amazing artist. Everyone appreciates
Mexican
your skill
barbers,
set.
aka
but
felons.
when you square up a white dude's forehead, you turn us into like middle-aged immediately. I looked like shit. I had receding hairlines all of a sudden. It was not a good look.
Oh yeah.
The rest of the haircut was fresh to death.
Shout out to all the barbers in the valley.
Shout out.
Shout out.
I do need to be cleaned up before I leave. So if you're out there in McAllen and you want to make a white dude look fresh, that's another thing, man. Doing shows with Raymond and Chingo Bling, I have become highly aware of the state of my haircut and the
your
cleanliness of my shoes. Shoes and hair. Mexicans after a show will be like, yo, bro, you should have stopped by the shop. I would have cleaned you up. They will fuck with you. Like it is constant like assholery, and that's the way of showing respect. But if there's a spot of anything on my shoe, I get called out. So there's a heightened awareness when I'm in front of a Latin crowd. I gotta look at least somewhat fresh, or I'm gonna get fucked with like bad.
Is that why you retired the pumps?
I know.
Yeah,
You have
dude,
some new
it
pants
does look
on.
like a child
Everybody
soccer
looked
ball.
down.
left
That's so
out in
funny.
the
Everybody
sun.
looked down.
It looked like it just left out for 2 winters.
Yeah, but you
Synchronized,
like
synchronized
just normal
choreography.
normal
Like,
suedes. See that?
Yeah,
Look, that
bonito.
mud spot?
I see
They'll
that.
never live it down.
Never.
I gotta go clean these.
Yep, before you get on stage.
Speaking of staying busy, man, like I noticed there's a lot more of the shows going on down here in the valley, man. Like, how's all that going, man?
It's going good.
Building that little empire.
Trying to, man. People in the valley deserve stand up, man.
Don't be so enthusiastic, Mario.
I was thinking the same about you. So, like, how's that going? But you have a great voice, great radio voice.
I have to maintain an image, sir.
Your energy bred that energy.
Is that water? Is that water or vodka?
No.
Water.
Straight vodka.
Because did you quit drinking? You just
No, just in public. At least in front of people. Never mind. I had an incident in San Antonio a while back where I may have woke up in a parking lot, possibly beaten up and robbed. I just assumed it was a bad night.
Beating up a cop? Wow.
Beaten up and robbed.
the cop-
Oh, well, the white man, of course, got away with it.
I looked so fucking horrible when
racist.
the cops showed up. They were just like, "Fuck it, go home. Just go home."
Because you're white, girl. Go home.
They're really
We
relaxed
saw
cops.
nothing.
Sean's Valley white, which means he's more Mexican than.
It's true,
The
but they didn't
Mexicans
know
from
that
Houston.
in San Antonio. They didn't know that. They're like, all right, he's one of us. Let him go. Cut him loose.
I'm going to bring up a little bit of history because I love your last name because it's tied to the Hatfields and the McCoys. Have you actually looked up your lineage to see like how many generations ago or if there is a lineage there?
Oh yeah, there is. Actually, until my grandpa died, he always claimed
This is like Crips and Bloods for white people, for real.
He always claimed that we were not related to those Hicks, and come to find out, yes, we were.
My wife has lineage to the Hatfields, so you guys are awful.
They're prodigious, proud, and problematic.
I've never
Yeah.
met another white stringer in my life outside of my family tree, and I've met dozens of black people with my last name, which obviously makes me the biggest asshole on the planet. Not directly, but that obviously is
What's
worse.
prodigious?
I know. I was like, oh, I need to get my phone, or you can just tell me real quick.
I'm still on prodigious over here. What's
Hey,
prodigious?
Siri.
There's a lot. They can produce a lot.
Okay. Oh, like Mexicans.
Like, you are.
Yeah.
Dang.
It's that crossover between hillbilly and
This is when you edit in that dun 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 dun. The more you know.
Learning.
Fuck yeah.
That's
Shit, now I got to get that sound effect.
Yeah.
And then figure out who I need to cheat to get the copyright.
And it's
Dude.
perfect with the screen because you got like a cloud thing going there.
I don't
Lights. I like it.
Sean, I'm not trying to hijack anything, but you released a really fucking funny video how dudes slide up in women's DMs.
Yes, yep.
It is exquisite
Haven't seen
because
it.
it nails it exact. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
it.
it's so good. I'll let you break it down, but I mean it's like perfect. And he uses a $1 million smile. Give that camera some of your cheese.
Look at that,
There it
bro.
is. Fucking great smile. So then tell us
the
about
cutest
where that,
fat
where
guy
that
in the
came
world
from.
besides
Like,
me.
Where'd that idea come from?
That
Solo.
good idea came from, well, my friends call me Friend Zone Fred, so I have a bunch of homegirls. And my homegirls always send me screenshots of like dudes in their DM. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera. I could look at y'all. But they always send me screenshots of like dudes in their DM, and it's always just like the most desperate guys. And I'm talking about, hi, hey, what's up? Hey, beautiful, you're gorgeous. Jeez, wow,
Thanks for
really,
accepting my friend.
really,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
Thank you
was
for
so
accepting my friend request. And I was in front of a green
morning.
screen, and I had like a flower that I picked from the backyard. I was like, thank you for accepting my requests, and like went towards the
man.
camera. But it's like a green screen on top of like Messenger. So like while the messages are going,
His face is
I'm like popping out
acting
like, hey.
the text, and it is flawless. Even the smiley emoji with heart eyes, he has that. He puts it on as
It's like a mask.
But then when he gets
I go all
pissed,
out.
he's just like, "Fuck you! I wasn't interested in you anyways." Like it was that has that gone crazy? Because I feel like that's something.
8,200 views right now.
Jesus,
Make sure you share the video.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody
share that
listening.
video, for sure.
By all means.
Polar
it's
Bear
been
Comedy.
good. No, I got to go down and sell tickets just for a little bit. I might be able to sneak back up here after I teach Sarge how to use the square.
Just in case you want to.
Because he's prodigious.
Where can they find you, man?
If you go to jonstringer.com, JONSTRINGER.com, Instagram and the Twitter machine is at Jon JONJSTRINGER, Jon J Stringer. Other than that, you can find me here at Cine right now, even though this edit will be late. Check this out.
Damn.
I'm not fucking around. I might come right back. So
Fuck you, Mark
thank you so
Henry.
much for having me, and I'll come back. I just got to teach
John, you're-
an old dog new tricks.
More fantastic dancer, sir.
Butt cheeks.
Hey.
Butt cheeks flex. Yeah.
The show that's going on.
So we can be racist now.
Yes.
Oh no, Sean's still here.
Not still here, and this guy's partial.
Oh yeah,
I'm all right.
partial. I'm sorry, Sean. You were gonna say something?
I was going to ask about the show coming up Friday at London.
At London's, yeah.
The first one at London's. Right?
The first one at London's, we're excited about it. John was gonna be the headliner, but he loves Cine so much, and I was like, dude, we'll get you at Cine, and he's gonna stop by, hang out with Blair Thompson. Blair Thompson's our headliner.
Dude, Blair's fucking
And
great.
yeah, we told London, well, not we, but not me. I told London, like, oh man, John's got to film something. So I should have.
True.
Yeah.
You got camera set up.
True. Yeah. But it's gonna be our first show at London, and they're gonna do it once a month, and hope to get some of you guys out there, man. And it's gonna be a bar gig, but I think they're gonna treat it as a show because you know, dude, the bar gigs down here are hard. They're hard, dude.
I did a private party there by myself once.
At London? Oh yeah.
For right before the
They
Valentine's.
closed up the.
But I was on one side. The other side, they still had people. But it's pretty cool. Everybody shut their mouths and they were listening. But it was
Great.
before, things got nuts. So it was easier.
I'm talking to a few musicians that have done gigs there, and they seem to be happy with the place.
Yeah,
so
cool. Well, because it's split in half, right? There's like a
Yeah.
I haven't been in there since it was Bennigan's.
We had open mic there once too.
You're back.
I am. I'm
That was
winded.
quick.
Just one flight of stairs. I'm like,
That-
hold it together.
Sarge knew his shit right away.
Yeah, well, here's what he said. He learned the square by saying, "I'm not going to do that shit. I'm just going to have them go to an ATM, cash only." I was like, well, goddamn, Sarge. So, cash only.
Fuck the 21st century.
Yeah, I was like, I was going to help you, and he's like, no, cash only. So apparently, there's an ATM nearby, so he's not
Yeah,
stressing.
but it's like a $8 fee.
It was going to be it's like a $3 fee, and I was going to charge him $2.
Thinking of
on
strip
here
joints.
anyways.
I apologize. I'm thinking of strip joints. Airports right away. Airports.
Goddamn syntax. Speaking
Oh, have you ever told the story about you? Oh, I guess you can't talk about strip clubs. In a relationship.
Yeah.
What?
But,
Remember he licked it.
My brother.
Have you told that on stage?
No.
You've never told that on stage? Well, would you be willing to share it with this audience? And this is all
we want to
old
keep it
Mario.
family friendly.
It's before he dyed his hair, Mario. So don't judge him. This was
Before
it's so funny, man. This is where the statement "he wild" came from, because you are fucking wild. You're a liability in the best ways. I mean that in a compliment.
Wait, Stringer.
statute of limitations is passed. Go ahead.
Well, it's a relationship.
He told you the
that's it.
story?
He looks so
How about I
nervous
tell the
about it.
story? And I don't know. I don't know the story, but it would be fucking awesome if you
Change
told
the
it. That's
names
okay.
to protect the guilty.
Yeah. I hate strip
check.
clubs. I genuinely am
I thought
uncomfortable.
you love strip clubs.
You're joking.
Yeah, I'm
All right. I was like, there's nothing for me there, and I can't. And I totally get the allure of women removing their clothes or dancing naked to music. I get all that, but when the music stops and they have to crawl around and gather up all those ones, that's when I see them for all the other hats that they wear in life. Their mothers, sisters, aunts. Cousins, whatever.
Ruining it for Mario, man.
Yeah, no. That's why I don't go to strip clubs, because guys might really be enjoying themselves, and I'm like, can you imagine? She has a kid at home or whatever, and I just like whatever internal boner you're growing.
I can't look away
Ruined.
when those strippers that only have like $2 but they're so far away. It's like I'm seeing somebody bomb on stage.
worst-
She's
the
like
worst-
nobody's tipping
The
her.
worst is when they
She's just
walk
there
up.
dancing by herself.
When they shop themselves, when they go up and be like, would you like a dance? And you have to go, no, I wouldn't
Female
purchase you. Would you like a dance? No, thank you.
Not even
it's
acknowledge
super-
her.
Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that. Like, how about I'll come get you if I want to dance? Don't ask me. It makes me feel awkward.
I just did this video, dude, that with that old stripper asking for a lap dance. ¿Quieres un baile, mijo? Hijo, ¿quieres un baile?
I want to play with you,
¿Quieres un baile? Yeah.
Can I dance on your lap?
Say the punch. Say the punch. Say the last part.
Te la mamo. But that was a true
Misos.
story. There's a rite of passage that all Mexican men in the valley go through, and that's called zumbido, right?
It's a rite of passage.
When I was in rehab, they asked me, Mario, has your family ever sexually assaulted you? I was like, no, but my uncles did take me to a whorehouse at a very young age, aka Zumbidos. It's a whorehouse in Mexico. I remember one time I went, and I was like 25, 26, so I was already out of the military, already fat.
Dang, bragger.
And there was this super old hooker that comes out of her little hotel, a little
brothel.
little thing. Which, by the way, real quick plug. There's a documentary about the hookers in Mexico called Whore's Glory. And it's the most amazing thing you will ever watch. Fast forward it to the whorehouses in Reynosa.
If you stop it on minute 38, you can see Mario raising his hands victoriously.
And this
He got the ping pong ball in his mouth.
I ate the banana. There was this old hooker. Old ass hooker that came out and goes, Gordo,
story?
Chingada madre, John. There's this old hooker that comes out and goes, hey, Gordo, te la mamo, Gordo. Por $1, Gordo. She was offering to suck my dick for $1.
I'll suck your dick, I'll suck your dick, fatty.
For $1.
That's hot. Doesn't that get you hard when
Yeah,
someone
I
says,
did, but
fatty, I'll suck
I
your
was
dick?
How old were you?
I was like 25, 26, but I was all coked out. And he was, you know,
He enjoys
and
his
getting.
cola.
I think that's a prerequisite for coming through the front gate. They're like, whoa, are you holding anything? You want some?
I'm holding in a fart. Can I get in?
Hey, and at that moment, Morgan Freeman narrated.
Yeah. And this, I can't do a Morgan Freeman. Can you do Morgan Freeman, John? You can't do Joe's voices.
I can do a little bit. I just can't do
Mario.
Morgan. Do a great redneck and a great Italian mobster.
I do a perfect Morgan Jenkins.
Malcolm Jenkins?
Hey, I'm Morgan Jenkins. All right, let's move on. That's a made-up person. Let's go.
I've been to the whorehouses that you're talking about, though.
Yeah?
Reynosa.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
When I
Spring break.
graduated, my brother took me.
Yeah.
And they called me Gordo, too.
Yeah?
They're talking about, like, donkey show and shit. Rude. They're like, donkey show, monkey show, Gordo. My brother turned around and said, Bainer. He didn't
saw
say
the
it loud,
banana
but he said it under his breath, and we just, like, I was like, let's get the fuck out of here before you
They
get us
just
killed.
set the lights.
And
They got romantic.
in Okinawa, I went to the banana show.
Is what it got.
There was this old, it's always an old lady, dude. It was an old lady that came out, and she first had a fucking pipe, like a snake, and she put it up her cooch, put it back out,
A live snake?
and then she grabbed a live banana.
A live banana. No, the snake was dead. It was a live banana.
She had a banana and she stuck it up her fucking pan, and then she went, hi.
There's a lot
And
of
they
poon
came
casting.
out, and they came out
do that?
perfectly sliced, bro. Perfectly sliced bananas. Hi, ha. And they came out sliced, and then she had it in a tray, and she goes, who wants to eat banana for a beer? And I fucking jumped on that shit because it's free Japanese beer. Holler.
You ate those bananas?
Of course, dude.
Did you
a
floss?
free
Did you
beer.
floss
Bananas.
with the leave-ins?
It's a free beer.
Can I get a shiner?
And a
Banginas.
banana.
Oh, Lord. That beats all strip
Gwen
club
Stefani
stories.
was playing in the
it's
background.
Okinawa. Yeah, Gwen Stefani.
Dude, when you think about, okay, we can judge strippers and whores, but the parallels between stand-up comedy and strippers, like that style of life where you are a small business, you must come up with your own marketing strategy, your image, all of that. It's an individual effort, and how you grow your clientele base is the same way we grow our fan base.
Well,
So
even as far as the fact that you have a set routine, but you still need to do crowd work.
Yep. And you have to come up with new material. Like, it's like, oh, I've seen her shoot that ping pong ball across the room.
Like if a stripper,
I've seen
That's
that
where I'm at
snake
right
in the
now.
pussy bit.
That's where I'm at right now.
like
Tired.
if a stripper really like woke up early and like dedicated herself to watching these videos and just getting new routines, she would be banking all the time. But of course, it's hard to, it's just like
It's hard to do that on heroin.
Yeah, or
It's hard to get that drive.
Dude, in that documentary, he said
documentary.
I like it better.
Documentary.
there was a whore with the angel of death tattooed on her back, and then a dude went in and banged her. So it's kind of like he fucked death.
Yeah, that's Santísima Muerte. That is the fucking worst tramp stamp to see.
Just to
It
look
is.
at while you're just banging away, just staring at death.
Ugh.
I don't know if I'm like
You can
that.
stare
or-
down in the eyes and still
then,
finish.
And then she smoked crack on camera.
Yeah, it's a good doc though. It's a good doc.
That's what the kids are calling it. Doc.
Could have been me, guys.
Yeah, Netflix.
It could have been me.
Netflix.
I was just having a conversation with someone.
Isn't
last
that
night
where the
about
dude
that.
said la torta or something? Or the what?
If you're gonna
He called
whisper, move the mic.
Move them.
That's meant for him.
When they call.
that one dude
like,
that
here,
called
let's
the
get secret.
pussy some type of bread. No, it was
Sean's
besides.
acting like
Bizcocho.
Yeah, bizcocho.
Bizcocho.
Just kidding.
But the early origins of stand-up here
Hatfield.
in the U.S., it was the strip clubs and the jazz clubs that would pretty much like let the comics come on. It was like,
Oh,
we need
but-
somebody to fill in the spaces between the
Oh,
acts.
it's not just for me. Sorry, I feel like an asshole.
What up, Francis?
Get those.
How are? I'll be down there to hug you hard.
Tim, he's got.
I'm gonna hug you so hard. Shut up! You brought my face. So there's a woman in this town named Frances, and she is the ultimate comedy fan. To where I guess it was pretty early within my first 3 years of comedy, I was doing stand up, and then out in a pretty full room, a pretty full crowd, I can see a table of 3 people, and they're all holding my face, like printed on popsicle sticks, my face in front of their face, all different expressions. Freaked me the fuck out. But she's still, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, there
Oh,
are
you got my
3.
fuckboy haircut in there too.
The fuck boy here.
Oh, those are beautiful
fuck
pictures. You're the
boy.
sweetest. That's so funny. Yeah, so she always had like she just is great with arts and crafts. That's over the top, awesome fan of comedy. Yeah,
Die-hard fans, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't move.
Do you
My
need
fans
out?
ask
You
me
want
for
out?
discounts
make him
to
bring
the
it
show.
You're funny. I can
saw
go get it.
something the other day. Somebody
Well,
had
you're
posted
closer.
up
Oh, I
a
feel
baseball
like-
cap that was like, "Please
He's
support my
coming.
local business and don't ask
Well,
me
you know
for a
what?
discount."
Maybe
Yeah.
you just
Oh, I saw that.
You gotta
Yeah.
do it.
He's coming.
That was a great looking hat too.
He's coming.
You're getting your drink, polar bear.
Oh, thanks.
Man, tonight's were really
So
good.
aside from alcoholic beverages, what have you been up to, Sonia?
No, that's
He's been
that's
appearing
it.
in dude, I'm all
That's it.
dropping. Tell him about the thing, dude.
What thing?
The Allure magazine, or was it?
Allure, shut your fucking mouth. I was in Cosmopolitan. Vogue.
Is it like a lesbo magazine?
No,
I'm joking.
it's a Women for Women magazine.
Oh,
Yeah.
so a
It's
lesbian
called-
magazine?
It's called
I don't
Valley
know why I
Women
look at the
Inspire. I can't even talk.
Can you? I'm
He's
sorry,
jealous because
dude.
he didn't get to get in it because he
I
looks
know.
like a lesbian. So, eh.
Can you edit this out because it's 2018?
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
I'm sorry. Go for it, dude.
I was in a magazine. I got interviewed for a magazine. For thank you kindly, sir. That's his. For the Valley Morning Star, the paper. So I got to do that interview, and I'm in a magazine. Shooter took the photo. Apparently, I inspire women.
That's great, dude.
No,
I looked around. No women here. Well,
Oh, did any of you have articles written about you? Rest in peace. That's great.
it was-
That
What's
is
the name of the
wonderful.
magazine?
pretty cool. I brought it. Shooter. I brought him a copy.
What's the name of it?
Inspire.
Inspire.
Model.
Add them on Facebook.
Yes, please. Add him on Facebook. Go pick up the magazine. It's free. It's all over Harlingen mostly. So,
Fuck,
woo!
building that legacy, yo.
Yeah, the legacy of can we get some drinks up here? All fucking lame and shit.
She's trend setting too. Wearing beanies for the year. People are starting to break.
No,
it
this
out.
is because I'm bald. Well, I've been representing all year long. Y'all needed the cold front to fucking pull out beanies. I was all, bitch, I've been bald since fucking spring. I don't even care.
Spring is the best time to go bald. I read.
Right?
I read. I'm on my way.
I love
read
how,
it in
I
the,
love how everybody's
Woman
so
for
uncomfortable
Woman
right now. It makes me
magazine that
feel
she was
good.
in.
Oh, you read it?
Yeah, and
You read the magazine?
I read that it's good to go bald in spring in there.
Oh, the one that I was in. Yes,
Yeah.
Vogue and Allure. Yeah.
Cosmo.
Allure.
You know, according to Cosmopolitan, I have an average penis.
That's cute. Do you feel like you're telling your mom or something? According to
proud of it.
Cosmopolitan.
You know what that means, and I'm not poking fun, but that means if you lose 30 or 40 pounds, you're gonna have a gigantic dick.
Dude.
If it's average now, every 30 pounds a man is overweight, he's missing a half inch of dick. I have a joke about it, but that's just what it
Why? 'Cause
is.
it's in between the stomach.
Just because it fucking raises up. It
does.
You can still
the
like
fupa goes
you
away.
can push
I dig
through
it.
the fat and still penetrate it, but you sure can't show it, so it's not showing.
Dang, you're
being
like a
cheated
turtle.
visual half inch.
got
Yeah.
a little kangaroo pouch right
Turtle.
there.
Yeah.
I call it just the
Total
base.
fucking grower, not shower.
Yeah.
My girlfriend calls my penis South Texas GMC.
I don't even.
Not the biggest, just the best.
I'm not from here. I only heard it once.
The hotel. I'm staying
Regional.
at- The hotel I'm
Joe.
staying at, they have like a mirror while you're in the shower, and you can.
Oh,
see
yeah,
in
yeah.
The shower, and I don't want to see that because I'm a grower, not a shower, also. So I'm like looking at an acorn on my Yeah.
Aw. Super glued to the bottom of your torso. I suffer from the same affliction.
Yeah. But when it grows,
Yeah. Ladies.
Well, in the magazine.
When it grows, fucking average.
No, man.
exactly.
I rant on this a lot, but I feel like I got married. I was trim and fit, fucking looking sharp, and then I got married and I instantly put on like 30 pounds minimum. Started graying immediately. Just started getting. I got fucking javelina stripes on my back, like the beginning of where hair's gonna be. It's light right now, but it's gonna happen. So Joanna essentially bought me on the clearance table. That's like sell by date. She bought me, took me home, forgot that she
Fruit's
bought me,
about to go
and now
bad.
she found this loaf of bread and it's fucking covered in brown and green spots. Like oh, this is what I purchased. Holy shit! Where's that receipt?
Oh, but she loves ya.
I know. She didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
I told her this ring means you're consenting to some weird shit. And she's like, I know.
Oh, you guys are great.
We're the same kind of weird. I love her to death.
Hey, and if push comes to furry, there's always electrolysis.
Yeah. Does anybody want a
Yeah,
hairless man,
what?
though?
I'm like, excuse me? Someone slapped me on my scalp. Electrolysis?
It's like
Sorry.
a grown man dyeing
I
his
know.
hair. Dude.
And not only dyeing his hair, but getting all the pain in your chest and your side of your face. I had like black fucking running down my face for like 2 days. And
Looking like Mexican
You're like
Elvira.
those women in
Yeah.
the whorehouses you're talking about.
exactly. Whore's Glory.
Karma!
Whore's Glory. Available on Netflix.
No,
And,
karma works in mission.
Karma.
La Karma.
Do you think you
Epiphany.
would do Bon Bon as a Halloween costume this year in real life, not filter?
That's funny.
That'd be real.
Oh, my
Like, because I think
goodness.
I know it
Do
sounds
it.
funny, but you have such like smooth skin, great smile. He would be a great
Great
candidate
ass.
for cross dressing.
Nah, my ass is
He'd be
flat,
a
bro.
fucking
My ass is
killer
flat.
drag queen. For
I
real.
would,
Yeah.
dude.
For
I
real.
would. I have,
Look how smooth his face is.
look at these fucking
There's feminine features all over him. I wanna grab those hips.
sensual lips.
Show me that
That's what you wanted to add.
drag song.
with the song in the background is perfect. It's a perfect drag queen song.
What was the
Like
name of that,
the few times I've been to a fucking gay club, and because all straight guys have been to a gay club, that's what I tell myself. But I to fuck some chick, she took me to a gay club. It's all cool.
How,
But they-
how
the-
masculine is that?
When the drag, I don't know.
Prove my straightness.
This song came on like 4 times, dude. This is like
It's an anthem.
this is like the gay version of To the Window, To the Wall. Comes out all the time at every club.
Which one?
Little John, dude. Little John gets
I don't listen
Little
to
John gets
fucking
any club
crap
pumping.
rap. I don't listen to that
Skeet,
shit.
skeet.
Fuck that. I don't listen to that
Robin
shit.
S. and Little John.
She's too good for that. She only
It's
like
not that I'm not too
queen.
good for that.
It's
I
a
just
classic.
Don't like
Oh yeah, Sonia's a music elitist.
Ah, here it comes.
Yeah, dude. Just-
Whatever. Why don't you put some makeup on your
she's a
smooth
music
cheeks?
elitist, dude.
Yep.
She
You should
I'm
wear
not a music
eyeshadow.
elitist. I just like great music.
Eyeliner. Don't you want to make him over now?
like
He's got a
Disturbed.
great palette.
You know what?
Like Disturbed.
You know what?
Look at
It's
that
one of the
canvas.
funniest things ever. Hold on. I told this guy that I didn't like Disturbed once or whatever. He made fun of me, whatever, right? So I'm going, like, they're like, Sonia Trevino, what's the fucking song he chooses? Disturbed's all, wah! And I'm like, oh my God, I had to walk up to that crap.
Dry heave for the first minute.
Isn't the lead singer like a I was gonna say midget. Well, I did say midget. Isn't he like a dwarf? Dwarf sounds worse than midget.
Little
But
person.
isn't the lead singer like a little dude?
Isn't that
Oh,
offensive
that's
too?
Vern. He died.
Dwarf sounds worse than midget.
They're both pretty
How
worse.
about just a person?
Yeah.
Little person. Well, then the story wouldn't make any sense.
You know, don't say anything. Let him work his way out of this. There's a legion of little people grabbing pitchforks and torches, and they're
Clinton
gonna
Short
be
is a
outside
good
your
friend of
apartment
mine.
later.
Clinton Short is a good friend of mine.
What the fuck did you say about
Clinton
us?
Shorter.
I've heard Clinton Shorter tell you shit all day
Come out
long.
here.
Yeah,
He's
man.
always
Tell
fucked
you.
up.
Okay. I have a bunch of drug videos of Clinton.
We all do, yeah.
Jeez,
Brownsville.
Rudy's got that one of him after one of the shows going down the children's slide at the park.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
It's out there.
We're all
It's out there in the world.
I was gonna say, what was that one the profile you had on Facebook for a while?
Oh, she died, dude. Leticia Valdez.
Oh,
Yeah, she died in jail.
moment of noise.
She died.
Moment of silence.
Have you been seeing people have been doing fake fan pages on Facebook of local high schools in the valley, and then they like they post something like, "Hey, all students, please stop saying "Nambe sir." And I don't know, it's funny. Never mind. Has anybody seen this? No, nobody.
I don't know.
I'm about to tell you guys on it,
So
and then you're gonna realize, oh, that shit was funny, man. I wish we could have.
And then we'll
fucking
set
talked
this up
about
again,
it. Yeah, then
and
we
we'll
come back
re-record that
and
moment
record
for
it.
you, so you don't feel weird. Yeah, but for now, since we don't have that, feel free to feel
Yeah,
weird.
I'm Robin S. weird right now.
I fully allow you.
Got to show me love.
This is a pretty dope lineup, though.
It
Where's
is, dude.
Adrian?
Oh, Christian's playing the role of Adrian tonight.
Oh, dang.
Adrian's not gonna go up.
Oh, yeah,
Wearing
he
a
is.
Christian mess this whole time.
What do you mean? So Adrian's going, and then what? Oh,
he's playing
taking-
the
okay.
right now.
Yeah.
No, I think he's fucking spinning some records.
Oh, that's I didn't know.
AKA computer DJ. Yeah.
Computer. Yes, he's I think he's spinning right now, and at Peacock's.
Heck yeah.
Well, that's a shame. We don't get to see that luscious head of hair. It is.
I want to bring up Adrian to War Pigs from Iron Maiden tonight.
Nice.
That's Black
Fitting.
Sabbath.
Yeah,
Well, it's
That's
Black
his taste.
Sabbath.
Where's Marcus Mayhem?
Mark is.
What's he up to these days?
Fucking
There's some
bitches.
infamous characters in this town if you're listening to this podcast.
Fucking bitches and doing
I
coke.
saw him fuck a tranny right here.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even hear the name, but I know you're talking about Mark, right?
Mark,
I did not hear
fucking
the name.
tranny
Oh,
right there.
Mark.
I'm telling him the story when I saw Mark fuck a tranny right there.
Bro, I
Whisper
heard
now.
heard a little bit of the podcast when Mark and Magic Mike were on, dude. That shit got tense. They're all talking shit about each other. I was like, damn.
Really,
dude.
Mark and Mike?
Magic Mike.
Oh, that's hilarious. I should go watch
They're
that.
roasting each other.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Go check it out, man. What episode is that? They're all like,
13 or 14.
they're talking shit, and it was it was funny, dude. But yeah, how this is what
Who's
how long have you been doing
slimier
it?
shit or?
Is this?
This will be episode 15, I think. So
Badass,
I
dude.
want to say back in July.
I gotta come out to more of these, bro. I love these. I had an idea for a podcast one time called Cornets and Blunts, where we just smoke a blunt and eat cornets, but that would sound horrible for the fucking listeners.
ASMR.
Great audio.
Yeah.
That's great. You got those viral videos of people eating pickles and shit, so you never know.
There's viral videos of Pico.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a
People
big
eating pickles.
ASMR person. I've been trying to write a joke about it, but I'm not doing very well with it. But yeah, I don't know what it stands for. I wrote it down. ASMR.
Audio masochism.
Audio something wrong. I have it written down. But yeah, it's basically like
So you deep throat these pickles?
no, you shut up, dude. Everything back to the whorehouses with Mario.
YouTube, black chick eating pickle, and you'll see it.
He's a
It's like,
lord of the- But that's just Facebook.
Ridiculous.
On YouTube, there's
YouTube is like a different dimension, dude. It's
I watch them nightly. Like I watch these women with microphones, and they do like little clicking noises with their mouth, and you can hear them. Like they do all these, and I just fall asleep to it. Or they'll do like, "Oh, I'm gonna cut your hair."
We all.
Yeah, they were
This
telling-
is the generation of people that fall asleep with their phones hovering inches above their face, and when you almost drop it on your face, that's the time to plug it in and go to bed. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, no, I have a cute teddy bear
healthy.
that I holds up my phone because I'm a 38-year-old who watches ASMR and
Teddy
has a
bear.
cute teddy bear. And I'm on a lure. So
I think everybody's allowed to be a little bit racist.
shit.
Like, no, dude, hear me out. A little bit racist. Like, if you see, like,
continue.
if you see like a Muslim on the airplane, like, you naturally be a little scared. Not like a little scared, but don't be YouTube comments racist. All right, I've seen some of the
Dude.
most impressive racist insults on YouTube, and it's probably by like a 10 or 12-year-old. Oh man,
Don't be
these kids are
12-year-old
ruthless,
Xbox
man.
So if we
Yeah.
see a link later about Mario Salazar got in a fight with Muslim on airplane, it's not fake. It's gonna be a real link.
I mean, come on, human nature, you get a little like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But it's just, yeah. Just be cautious.
I'm there with you.
Be aware of your surroundings. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm there.
your show.
I'm there.
Yeah.
It's
We're
early,
racist
no?
together.
It's
If we
not
had-
even
And I'm not
Yeah, it's
racist
not
because
even nice.
Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle's my
no,
favorite
dude,
comic,
you're
and he's a
gonna
Muslim.
Bring people out. No
So
worries.
there you go. There you go.
Well, I wasn't going to bring up the guy that just got chopped up in the Saudi embassy.
Yeah, man. That's
What
yeah, man.
happened?
The only reason I care about that is because it's affecting my wrestling, and it's
What
affecting my
happened?
professional wrestling. All right, the WWE signed a 11 pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia for like $800 million, and they had one already, and it was the most god-awful audience ever. They had some really awesome matches in there, but the crowd was dead. And now they're doing another pay-per-view after the whole incident with the journalist, and the tensions are super high, and yet they're gonna have this big pay-per-view out there with Shawn Michaels returning to ring action after 10 years, the legend HBK, and it's gonna be a throwaway match in a fucking pay-per-view that's geared to sell propaganda about Saudi Arabia being a progressive country, which they're not. And all right, man, that's all I have to say about that. That was the only time I care about.
I don't think that's all you have
world
to
politics.
say about that.
Well, I could go on forever. This is pissing me off.
And
like,
John,
damn
you
it.
keep your composure so well. You're all.
I was gonna say, does anybody else want to limit their international reach? Funny enough, if you mark podcasts as explicit on iTunes, there are certain countries like Malaysia and Indonesia where they just won't show any of them. Like they're just not available, and goes back to the conservative Muslim.
It's like Asian porn where they pixelate our mouths when we cuss. They don't show that curse word penetration.
Are you gonna put explicit on this?
Never really looking at the mouth.
So.
Okay. I don't like Malaysians or Indonesians. It's not gonna be there. Fuck them.
Ooh.
Whoa,
No, it's a joke. It's a joke.
hardcore.
It's a joke. I forgot. Y'all are still in America. That's a
My
joke.
biggest market, so I can't touch that.
Have you had Malaysian food? Yeah. Speaking of things on video, you guys are doing the screening for the
Tomorrow.
Come on,
Well, I don't know when this is
ASMR,
gonna air.
bring it in. Just kidding.
This should go out by at least tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, well, tonight, Thursday, October 18th, will be their
Big
screening.
screening.
Our special that we shot in El Paso.
Puro pinche
Puro
lager.
Pinche Laughter. It was Sonia, John, myself, Raymond,
You want one of these? I
Sam
brought it for
Demaris.
It fit.
Have you ever seen Sam
Thank
Demaris?
you.
He's really funny.
Yeah, man.
Caroline Picard
It really,
and Adrian Washington.
you think about it, that's
Edward Hernandez,
just such a
too.
cool lineup.
Yeah.
Like good people, all on a different path, but all moving upwards pretty consistently. It was a neat experience. They did an Airbnb where they rented this big house in El Paso, perched up on a hill. What, I have like 5 or 6 bedrooms.
Had an indoor pool. Woo! I spent like 2 hours, just smoked a fat blunt and just did water aerobics.
Allegedly.
That-
No me miren!
What's going on, Jesse?
No me miren!
Oh shit.
No mames
damn,
way.
Dude. What's up?
All right, some
Favorite
mames.
serial killers in the house.
Good to see you, brother.
Fucking love. Damn, dude. You smell like 2012
Hi.
Mario.
Oh, he's got that cool water.
Kuwata Cologne.
Oh. Ooh, dang.
Told you I can't
I
pixelate
totally
shit
heard
on
you.
this video.
Oh, you're terrible at whispering. You're fucking awful at it. I'm just kidding. There we go.
It is.
We've got two
keep
very,
Dr.
very.
Dude, you don't have a breathalyzer? Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Jingo. Sorry. Damn.
Oh,
What were we-
what were we talking about?
Show in El Paso.
Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry. You're talking about the house,
It
the
was-
Airbnb.
But let's talk about the
Let's talk about it.
tale of two audiences. The
Yeah.
first night, the audience, they were laughing at setups. They were bawling out of fucking control. You know what I mean?
You know what? Real
Ripping
quick.
the roof off great.
Real quick, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to. On my drive over here, my phone rang and it was Raymond, and I was like, "Hey, what do you do? What's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Dude, I'm watching you right now on the big screen in Corpus because tonight it premiered in Corpus, right?"
Right.
So I can hear my voice, and I was just like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Dude, people are laughing. There's a full fucking room. People are laughing. It's a great set." And it was just pretty cool for that
We
one
never
moment.
got to see it. I
No.
want to see the edit. I want to see how they made it
Tomorrow,
look.
we're gonna
What was
see it.
What was that director? What did he call himself? The little
Was it a demon or
a raven? Like something. I think it was some
Dragon.
bird.
Dragon.
Dragon. Ah!
Dragon.
Which, ironically, that's the name of the strain I got today. Dragon's Breath. It's the world coming to, man.
There was this
It's
dude,
that DMT, bro. I'm
the
telling you.
director of What We Did. He wore like fingerless leather black gloves. He had his hair spiked up like the dude from Ancient Aliens.
1999.
He looked like Chris Angel, but Asian. Was he Asian?
I think so. Yeah. He looked like he
Chris
sold
Angel. That doesn't work.
E. He looked like he sold E to a bunch of Asians.
But the fact that people called a grown man dragon and that he preferred
He
that,
wanted you to call him.
I was
talked to
not
the
buying
third person
into it.
too, didn't
If I
he?
saw him today, I'd be
He
like,
talked to
really,
the third
dude?
person, didn't he?
What?
He would
Dragon
go,
doesn't
dragon,
matter.
Dragon. Yeah.
The dragon thinks you should do this. No,
Oh man, yeah. The nickname was a bit much, and his outfit
Dragon, dude.
absolutely alienated me.
Badass.
Cedric the Entertainer has that bit. It's like, I am not calling a grown man delicious.
Yep,
That's funny.
missing out.
One time, this comic, it was a big name comic, but I don't want to say his
but
name.
Just go ahead and rhime it with exactly what it is.
Rory Dadina. He goes up to me. First, we were having a meeting, and this is pretty big names that I was working with. And I was a little bit 5 minutes. I was 5 minutes late. And
Stop tapping your foot.
oh, that's the mess, bro. Damn.
Yeah, shaking the whole fucking set.
like his mom.
Yeah, mijo. Junior. And I was 5 minutes late, and he goes, "Oh, great! The guy who's never been on TV is late." He goes, and then right before I go on, he goes, "Are you ready to perform, superstar?" Like real fucking condescending, dude. And I proceeded to fucking crush, and he ate a fucking dick after me, dude.
He had to
couldn't
follow me in
for
Vegas.
Yeah.
Same guy, but I can't say his name. Also,
Rhyme with?
it rhymes with. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck. He grabbed a girl's
Yes, he's very
ass and he grabbed a
disgusting.
girl's titties in Vegas, and I wasn't there to see it. If I ever catch him touching a girl inappropriately, I'll knock him the fuck out. That's true to Joey. I know I'm starting beef right now. I've been a fan of his my whole life. That's where the fanship ends, is when I hear that he's an assaulter. I know that. Yeah, man. Fucking Hannibal Buress got popular when he started outing people. I'm in. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Where's my special? No, that's rude. You can edit that out or in if it sounds too preposterous. But
We're in the
I love
group.
that. You know what? John is one of the only men that I've ever ran into that told me he was fucking assaulted by a woman at a fucking show, and he turned around. He's like, "No, ma'am." Like he got on her. Like
get
you do
grabbed.
not touch
That was
me. Yeah.
That was in
I mean, I did it in Vegas. I mean, I've done it in dozens of places. El Paso, I checked a woman. Like, she came up and, like, grabbed my ass, and I fucking swatted her hair. I'm like, get your fucking hands off me, pig. Like, went hard. Like, you have no right to grab me. If I grabbed you like that, it'd be a completely different story. Walk the fuck out. I don't want to talk
Next
to you.
time,
Don't apologize.
say
Get the fuck
marrana.
away from me. Yeah.
But in Colorado too, right?
Oh, just like you could just
was
watch
nice.
her
Freaked
face.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
drain
Cooler
of pigment.
in
Like,
Spanish.
like it's
Exactly,
not.
you don't just
If it's
grab
equal, then it's
How would you
equal
say,
all the way
bro?
through. And I've
Right.
never
La
grabbed a
verga
woman
marrana.
inappropriately. I'm so this my little tiny pedestal. I'm so happy with the Me Too movement, because for a person that's been very careful and done everything exceedingly like right and polite, never making a first move, never even attempting to do something wrong, and I've been sober my whole life. So courting and it's not called courting, it's called trying to fuck, to the people listening to this podcast.
Just showed his age right there, Court.
But the courting process from a sober perspective, I can't hook up with drunk girls. That makes me feel creepy. So they have to be sober. I'm sober, and so all my hookups have been enthusiastically consensual. Is the only way I can say it. So to the drunk dudes that go out and grab asses, pussies, and titties, I'm not a fighter at heart. But if I see a guy grab a girl inappropriately, I will go and swing and ask questions later, because I'm sober. I can talk my way out of them, and I'm white. I can talk my way out of almost anything. Cops will be like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I hit him. He grabbed her ass." Peace. But
White and sober. White and sober.
Yeah. So out everybody,
John.
fucking
That
out
shit sucks,
everybody,
dude. White and
everybody.
sober.
That would make me so happy.
White and sober. White and sober. White and sober.
You're
that's a
awesome.
hit
One more
right
high
there.
five, man.
Oh, high five.
Mamalou,
You're very kind.
Thank you.
Anyways,
It's
yeah,
hard,
so
'cause
that might have
there's
been a
a
little
lot of
hardcore on
not
Joey
like that.
Medina, but if you hear this, Joey Medina, you can't affect my career. I don't give a fuck, and just keep your hands to yourself. You're gonna end up in prison like some of the bigger name comics that were also my heroes back in the day. I guess that's the wrap up.
Well, I was just reading an article earlier. Let me throw this out there. What do you guys think about CK coming back? I mean,
so going over what he did, I'm going to jump in this one if that's okay. I feel like everyone's, if the Me Too movement is happening, let's just categorize people accurately. Let's not put
What exactly did he do?
Well, everybody. The real story is he invites.
Demonstrate.
No, he invites.
ask first, motherfucker.
There's a long list of people who have said that at post show he'll invite female comics back to his hotel room to smoke weed or chill or whatever, and then he asks if he can masturbate in front of them. Most of the time they think he's joking. It's Louis C.K. with a weird joke, and then he pulls his dick out and starts jacking off. So he asks, they don't leave, and he continues to play with himself. Absolutely creepy. He knows he's a fucking creep. Like, here's how you know you're doing something wrong. When your heart rate spikes, you're doing something wrong. When you're being an asshole, this is true. People who can just get away, like, you're good at being an asshole whenever you want. I'm so out of, no, it's true, and it's a gift, and it rolls off your back. People say shit, and you're like, what the fuck ever. That's a really blissful way to be. But when I'm mean, when I cross a line with someone, even in being aggressive or mean, that is a choice I make, and I can feel my heart rate pound in my chest. That lets me know I'm doing something wrong.
Me too.
So when he puts himself in that situation, he must know that his fetish is a little off kilter, and just to ask and just to whip his dick out, he is a pervert. He's absolutely guilty of whatever a streaker or a public flasher. He's guilty of that same thing. It is a assault of sorts, but it's not the touchy, rapey. Yeah. And I feel like he's getting cast in that same light, and that's not. To me, it's not accurate. People will argue with me, but him coming back.
Push back against. I don't even think it's as far as like a flasher type of thing. Because I mean, literally, he asked beforehand. Now, if it's a
no, before he pulls his dick out, he knows that is absolutely unusual, not okay. He's a grown man. He knows that his fetish does not walk the line of your daily fetish. He knows it's a little awkward. He knows, and he's doing exactly what Weinstein's doing. He's using his position of power to gain an advantage.
Well, okay, I'll give you that, at least as far as the production assistant on, I think it was the Chris Rock show that said he approached her. That's, you bring it into the workplace. Yeah. It's one thing if, like, it's after the show, you're consenting adults, and I don't even buy that whole thing. Willie was a much bigger comic. No, fuck you. I mean, I think Chappelle put it best, man. Like, if Louis C.K.'s freckled dick shattered your dreams weren't that strong to begin with.
No, buddy. And who's more ballsy? And it's just because you're representing women comedians right now. Just for the record, Sonia is a great fucking comedian. End of story, period. Has nothing to do with her sex. But since you are the female representing right now, the female comics that I know, especially you, if let's just say I were to put you in that situation, I know for a fact you've got enough balls to be like, put your dick away. That's fucking disgusting, Stringer.
Right.
Like,
you see, and that's the hard part for me because immediately that's the first thing I fucking think of would be like,
storm out.
Fucking hell, no, we're not. I would lose my shit. Right. Yeah, but that's me.
Yeah,
I'm a different person, and.
No, but I feel like in getting in this field, we know what we are and what we're not, what we will put up with and what we won't. At least, and let's just give adults responsibility for their own participation in things. You have legs, goddammit. You should have some self-respect. I know we all got in this seeking acceptance from strangers, but we all have self-respect, and you should know when someone's crossing a line, and you should be able to say, like, not okay. I'm leaving now.
You want to say that you should.
In my defense, when a woman comes home with me, they know I'm a piece of shit. And if they say no like 3 times, I either try to make them come, I make them breakfast, or I take them home personally.
No 3 times? How uncomfortable is everybody right now? You have to hear it more than once?
Actually, I'm so uncomfortable because he leaned into the light. Yeah, and I'm like, what's going on with your face? Holy shit.
He took the mic from Christian to insert his fucking...
Yeah. Look, I'm not
probation.
I'm assault her.
He eyed it as soon as he got here.
Just unfortunately, there's some people that are just not as strong.
Wouldn't it be like funny?
Maybe those women couldn't. I don't understand. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be funny if Louis C.K.
I don't know. That just sucks.
comes out and like accuses a chick of sexual assault? He's like, yeah, I pulled my dick to just jerk off, and then this bitch started fucking touching it.
And then these women wouldn't leave.
I was like, I already finished.
Please, Jack in private.
I already finished. That's what he should have done. He should have just outed.
That's funny. No, his statement was, was honest. I thought what I was
But
doing.
it is true. Like it's a
So
stance.
a
Like
pervert, yes.
I drop that in fucking conversation
Pervert,
so
yes.
it could be
No,
easier
like
to
rapist
transition
or
to.
assault or whatever,
Don't just fucking
Yeah,
say,
not
"Hey,
rapist
I'm gonna
or
jerk
anything.
off to a lesser no name, a lesser comic," because they're
it was
gonna
in
be
his
in the
office,
like,
right?
well, fuck, dude, I should just fucking see him jerk off.
Because it was like
I
in his
wouldn't know
office
better.
or his like room, like green room or some shit, right?
Well, he said, well,
My eyes got big because I was thinking about there's a.
Wow.
I heard about that. I unfriended him and I reached out to his really close friend and I'm like, "Are you still backing this motherfucker?" And he's like, "I don't know. I've never seen that from him." And I'm like, "Who are you gonna like? You haven't seen that from him? Are you still gonna back him just because you've been friends? Like, just so we're clear, I love you guys. Any one of you pulls some nasty shit, you're done. Because life is not a daycare. I don't have to take care of your
I might
insecurities.
pull out my dick as a joke.
Right.
No, it's not a joke if someone doesn't want it. Like, it's not.
But you're
funny.
a dude.
Oh
Like,
no,
wouldn't
yeah,
do
I
it
would
to-
check your dick
I
out.
might do
Yeah,
it to you,
yeah.
but, Like I'm
Don't put it in me.
no.
Yeah,
I
I get it. If you do the wristwatch, I'd probably laugh
everybody,
at that. Like,
as a
skin
guy,
tight, where you
everybody
drape it
has
over
that
my wrist.
one
Like,
friend
oh,
that
God,
just
no,
shows
I
his
wouldn't
dick.
touch you
physically with
And that's shout out Ponchi Herrera. He just constantly shows you his dick.
Oh, here's what I love about Ponchy. He's the best.
It makes it up for him.
Ponchy is the fucking best because
And a
you know when he's
beautiful
hit his
dick.
stride when his shirt is unbuttoned
beautiful
all the
dick.
way down. And he lets that belly and chest just hang out. He's only like, to be honest, you could watch him drink. He's probably 3 beers in before he opens his shirt. It's like, you're not drunk. You're just being weird, and I love it. He's the
coming.
best, man. When you have a good set, you want Ponchy in the room because he lets you know how good it is in the best wording possibly. I went up
as
before
well. You-
I went up
you're
before
the same.
Alex Raimundo one time, and I had a really good set. Even Alex was like, "You're a tough motherfucker to follow," and I love Alex. But after that set, Ponchy grabbed me, lifted me, said, "God damn it, bro, you just told him to follow Smoke, motherfucker." And I was like, "Yeah, I did. I did tell him that." Like, he just made me way more confident than I am.
Badass, man.
Ponchy's a hero of mine.
And an American
But
hero.
if sexual assault ever comes up about you, Ponchy, we're fucking done.
Okay,
That's
so
the point
yeah.
I'm driving. No,
You were done with the guy that right now.
yeah, done.
And his really good friend, he's done
Yeah.
that. Wow, yeah.
And
I
it's
didn't
still-
know.
I don't even want to read into the whole story because
Yeah,
I got
there's a lot.
not grossed out, but like so disappointed that I don't even want to know the details. I just kind of like
I don't need to know more than
Yeah,
people
I
should
just-
stop fucking with somebody that is doing that. That's period. Like, I still getting booked on shows and stuff, and I'm like, how? There are so many good comics. There is so much work. There's enough work for all good comics to work. There are a lot of shitty comics working, but who cares if you're good or bad at comedy? If you're a piece of shit human being, you should not be booked on any show ever again. If you were a terrible person, you wouldn't keep employment. So how do we keep employing these assholes? And bitches, because I mean I know it's not just sex specific. I know it goes both ways.
I think they're talking.
Like how he looked at me when he said that. And bitches.
We are.
Just kidding. That's Freddie G.
What up, G?
We got Freddie in the house. By the way, here's a 10-minute or 20-minute heads up. It is 9
Doing well,
right
man.
now.
Oh, not at all, brother. Not at all.
heard that at all.
Yeah. I know, John, we haven't talked to Mr. Gonzalez.
It's 9/11 right now, guys.
I'm all hungry. I thought you were opening fucking
Who is hosting tonight?
crackers.
Okay, well, it's
Oh yeah, Mario hosting. So what's the lineup? What's the order? Tell us how it's gonna go, Ringmaster.
It's me, Adrian, Sonia, and John.
That was
Done.
We cool?
wow. You said it so quiet. I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't do two things at once.
Him, Adrian, me, John, and this John.
Okay.
John and John, law firm.
John's actually recording a little set tonight.
Yeah.
Two angles or one angle? Two angles.
Nice.
He's
You got somebody recording you?
Yeah, Bert. He's getting
Oh,
his
okay,
first.
yeah, he said
Not
that.
his first. You've been booked, but he's there's a company that every comic must. It's a rite of passage. The Tribble Run. David Tribble, he's been booking comedy in places where comedy does not exist, in very unique corners. He's bringing unique programming to all corners of the earth, and he's been doing it for years. And if you're a comic, you know about the Tribble Run. You've driven to Montana in the deep, deep snow to do a bar where no one was expecting you to be there in the first place. But he's got these 2 ball mash shows in New Mexico, Santa Ana Pueblo and Ruidoso. And John's hooked up with the booker, and he's sending him a 15-minute clip.
Badass,
so
dude, kill it.
it's your job, host. Get that audience hype and tell them there's going to be a record.
I'll try.
No,
Look
for
at
real.
that face.
I'll try.
That dragon was an indica.
Hosting is an art form, but I like to compare
No,
it to a car that's died. You get the car rolling, and then it's easier for the next person to come in and push it. But if
I
you
know.
don't do well, then he's got to
think,
start from a dead stop.
I think I'm one of the best hosts fucking ever, dude. I don't do it as much anymore, but I think I'm a really great host.
Can I-
so
you are?
I'll hook you up.
May I give you a small critique?
What's up?
Back in the day when I first met you, and again, this is a different.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
a different
You can
Mario.
say
This
that.
is the peppered, gray, and black-haired Mario. But he used to do 10 minutes between comics. Every time he grabbed the mic, it was fucking Mario show. And I told
Like
you
8 years ago, bro.
I've only been doing comedy for 7 years, and so it was.
I don't do that. Now I get mad at
most
other comics. for doing that.
3.5 years ago,
Yeah.
when we were at like Paradise, whenever that place was open and whatnot, it was.
I was on coked up. I was coked
got
up, so
you.
I got a lot of stuff to say when
that
I
was a
coked up.
critique. It was, but it wasn't bad.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
But you are very good. Very
Oh,
like you
thanks,
set
bro.
the
Yeah,
you
I'll
set
hook you up, John.
the pace for
I know you
sure.
will. It's all good. Not worried about
Oh
it.
shit, they're giving us a light.
Oh, what up? Good to see you.
Fans making their way in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
it's
are
looking good.
15 minutes to showtime, but
guys
since
wanna
we're in the
start wrapping
valley,
this
it's
up?
probably a half hour to showtime because then nothing ever starts on time. And but yeah, it's starting to fill up down there. God, I love this camera angle. It looks like we're at an EDM. Like
We just did one recently. Actually, me and Freddie do another podcast called Bouncing Brains. We recorded one with Shooter last Friday at the wrestling match. We had the ring was set up behind and everything.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was a good night too. They beat up the ref. Dave.
oh, that's
Sarge.
awesome.
Yeah.
Why are they beating up that old man for, dude?
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I wanted so badly to do amateur
promo,
wrestling,
dude.
I want to do one so bad.
You're gonna be here Friday, no? Yeah.
Maybe not
Oh,
Friday.
yeah.
It's potentially I'll go to Kingsville. I'm doing the Big House Burger Bash in
Holler.
Kingsville this Saturday, October 20th.
Burger.
But I get to open up for big Tejano bands and
I know.
whatnot. But I wanted to be a wrestler, an amateur wrestler. I already had my name, my move worked out. I was going to be Callaway Cruz. My move was going to be the Cruise Missile. My tagline was the Cruise Don't Lose. And I figured because I'm a comic and I'm wrestling amateurs, the type of shit talking that we can do, we could just be like, what's that shitty ass home stitched outfit? Are you serious with that? Like, did your mom watch that? But like,
You think he had it?
being truly mean and cutting like a roast. I think that would, and I was, my whole character, I was gonna find new and unusual ways to get my ass kicked, but never lose. Like I never get pinned. I manage to squirm out when the lights go out and I vanish, or people come in and save the day. So I never lose, but I never ever wrestle well. Like I always get my ass kicked. Anyways,
Jobber.
everybody likes to see a cocky white person get beat up. That's my take on it.
No, but not you.
No, but the character, Callaway, he's a dick.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cruise don't lose.
I
baby.
wasn't
Cruise
listening.
don't
I'm so
lose.
sorry. You said burger, and I turned over to Polar Bear, and me and him raw. Yeah.
Burger.
Oh yeah.
Come me.
No, that's good.
Are they gonna have popcorn?
Come me. Yeah,
Hey,
there's
Down there. It smells like Target down there. It's amazing.
Did you have the enchilada burger at Red House? Red
Yeah.
House? Okay, you see, you did.
Is that where it's at?
Yeah.
That's an indica,
He's
bro.
slipping away in bliss
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
Yes.
No, it was just I was in the outer dimension right now, dude. Just taking on that
What's up?
enchilada burger.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay, well, I do want to let you guys go so you can get the
Thank
show
you,
set
guys.
up. Go ahead and, John, we'll start with you. Go ahead and give out your social media. Let them know where you're at. What you doing, man?
All right. My Facebook is Polar Bear Comedy, just like it's spelled. Or my personal is Jon Gonzalez, JonGonzalez. And then on Instagram is also Polar Bear Comedy.
Oh, Sonia?
Sonia Trevino, I've said it before. Facebook, Instagram. Sonia T on Snapchat.
Sonia T.
Sonia T.
Oh.
Add me.
As soon as I got married, I deleted Snapchat because that shit's shady. It's so shady. You can control what you send out, but you can't control the shit that comes in. And boy, you're
Well, we don't all look like you.
If you're
so.
married,
I don't get shit coming in, and I don't want it.
Hell, I've got
Send me some burger snaps.
Sell it.
JonStringer.com, JonStringer.com, and you can find all my social media there, my schedule, my tour dates, and all that ish.
You're sitting
Close
here,
it with the
Christian.
porn moan.
You're sitting here, so go ahead and pimp your shirt.
He said you're sitting here.
Lonely Pizza for my music, and then Christian Oviedo for my comedy. For
Beautiful.
I don't think anybody's gonna follow you now, but okay.
At Superstar Comedy for the gram. For the twatter. And for Facebook, it's just Mario Superstar Salazar, all one word. Holler.
All right. And
Mario
gram.
Laser.
we got the funniest in the RGB coming up.
November 14th.
Yeah.
It's like a
14th, man.
spooky
And then
graveyard coming out of your mouth onto that microphone. It was all fog, fucking awesome.
yeah.
Sucking that robot
good,
dick on this end.
next week we have Bobby Smith. October 31st, we don't have we do have comedies. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is headlining.
Are you gonna invite Bobby Smith onto the podcast next week?
Probably so.
So, real funny. He is. How much has he like developed and grown in visibility in the last 2
I
years?
haven't worked with him since I first began.
So he came
About
out
8 years
I
ago.
don't really ask clubs that I'm new to if I can get friends guest spots, especially how high end Hyenas is out in the DFW area. And Bobby Smith said he was in town and he wondered if he could get a guest spot, and I'm like, absolutely. The dude works clean. He's got the best attitude. He's so likable on stage, and that's an uphill battle for so many comedians. Are you likable? Because you can't change that. And if you're gonna sell jokes and you're totally unlikable, that's a real skill set. But he's the most likable, collected person, very warm on stage. And he came into Hyenas Dallas, killed his 5-minute guest spot, got the information from the managers, and is going to be booked out there. So I'm real proud of him. I love working with him. B. Smitty, shout out.
Holler.
And he'll
man.
be here next week.
Next week,
Yeah.
And then
And you can tell
24th.
him I fucking said that.
I didn't hear the last part.
You can tell him I said that. But I said it
You
all
will tell
tough.
him yours.
This was fun, dude.
Fucking hey, it was beautiful to have all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Hatfield.
Thank you.
Yes.
I gotta get going.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Los
appreciate it.
guachamos. Legalize it like Canada. No me grites, Bert.
That was the Comics Table. I'm Sean Hatfield. You can find the audio version of this podcast at shoutengine.com/mad laughter. You can find the video version on YouTube under my name, Sean Hatfield, and search for Mad Laughter Podcast. You can also find me on Bouncing Brains with Freddie G every Wednesday and Friday. That will be at shoutengine.com/bouncing brains, as well as on YouTube under Bouncing Brains. If you want to get in touch with me, it's Hatfield Standup at gmail.com, as well as Hatfield Standup on Facebook and Twitter. Y'all have a great night. Peace.
Never going to get a musician and ask if they were going to sing the song. And just because a nice dude doesn't give you the right to